Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Hiya Toys Injustice 2 Swamp Thing, which is a 1/18 scale or 3 3/4 inch scale, as people like to say, figure. It's a very small little figure with a good amount of detail and some average articulation, which is pretty much what you could expect from anything in this scale, and Hiya Toys tends to deliver pretty well on their promise of making collectible figures that are better than most at this price point. At this size. So let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just about 12.5 centimeters, which makes him pretty close to 5 inches, which is pretty big for this scale. I know Swamp Thing's pretty big, so I guess that's probably okay. There he is up against a standard 1/12 scale or 6-inch Batman figure. He is quite a lot smaller, but very nicely detailed. So these guys are definitely not lacking for being smaller. As far as the aesthetics go, wow, I can't talk. As far as the aesthetics go, it's mostly just green plastic with a kind of darker greenish brown wash and then some brown parts painted on. And that's fine. I think that's pretty much all you need. It's got some black wash too, I think. And it looks pretty good. As far as Swamp Things go, this is very Swamp Thingy. The eyes are done nicely. The face is relatively clean, so no issues there. And then the brown parts are on there and they're painted pretty cleanly. So aesthetics, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I mean, it's a little muddy. Oh boy, that was a good one. It's a little muddy, but it looks fine. It's okay. As far as accessories go, we have the 2 gripping hands that come out in the package, 2 fist hands, a question mark shaped club or cudgel of some sort it looks like. I never played the game, I don't know. And if I did, I wouldn't play Swamp Thing. And then we also get a display stand in this weird metallic purple with this funny pattern, and then 2 little clippy thingies to hold the stand together with another stand if you happen to have one from the same line. So accessory wise, 6 out of 10. It's not a lot. I don't know how much more you would need for him, but it's still not a lot, so that's okay. Now as far as articulation goes on this guy, it's definitely a little bit limited. The head though is on a ball peg and the neck is on a hinge. I can't quite tell if the hinge swivels. It doesn't feel like it, but sometimes those kinds do. But the hinge goes forward and back obviously for the neck, and then the head is on a ball peg on top, but it's mostly just going to swivel. It doesn't really have enough range to do anything else, unfortunately. These shoulder pads are both soft material and connected to the torso, so you can rotate the arm completely other than the fact that these get in the way. Even being soft plastic, they do get in the way to some extent. You can raise the arms up better than horizontal though, so that's pretty good. Single jointed elbow, which doesn't go quite to 90 degrees, and that's where you get your bicep swivel. Mine is stuck, so it doesn't want to actually rotate, so be careful with that. The wrists are just on little tiny ball pegs, so mostly just a swivel, not much range, but a little bit. For the torso, we have a single ball peg in the upper torso, nothing in the lower. It provides very little range on this guy. It's kind of unfortunate. Doesn't go side to side at all. Forward and back is minimal, and rotation is almost non-existent, so that's a big time bummer. For the hips, we just have your standard ball sockets or ball pegs. So some people call these ball sockets. I call them ball pegs because I'm referring to the ball, which is at the end of the peg. And then of course the socket is referring to the cup part. Either one is correct for those of you that are curious. And so you do get perfectly good splits out of it, but bringing the legs forward does kick him off to the side quite a bit due to the V shape of his special place. And then you do have a thigh swivel on either leg, which is fine. Double jointed knees work no problem, that's fine. And then the ankles have a hinge that goes back and forward, not very far forward, pretty far back. It's fairly loose though, unfortunately, and it does rotate this way, no ankle rocker, so that's definitely a bummer as well. So articulation on this guy is pretty not great, so I'm gonna only give it a 6 out of 10. So ultimately this guy is kind of what you would expect out of a Swamp Thing figure. It's about as good as his character is. Oh, got him. No, I'm just kidding. I know a lot of people like Swamp Thing. I don't know why, but they do. Anyway, it's alright. It looks good. That's about it. I don't know what to say because the articulation's pretty bad, but I don't know how much people are gonna really want to pose these little guys anyway because they're just, I don't know. I don't get the whole scale personally. I like bigger things. Nope. Let's not go there. Anyway, it's fine for what it is. Articulation could definitely be a lot better, but accessories are good and the aesthetics good. I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. The articulation's really bad, holding it back, but otherwise it's a pretty cool little figure. And I think if you're a big Swamp Thing fan or a big Injustice fan, you'll probably be okay with it. You just won't have a lot of articulation to use that's particularly functional. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't, because I do have new videos up just about every single day, and I've got thousands already on the channel waiting for you to watch them. So make sure you come back for all of that good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.